I am at the 8th America's Competitiveness Forum in Trinidad and Tobago. Today I went to a session for private sector delegates, and it was dominated by the sentiment that private sector should be at the forefront of sustainable development, that capitalism outside of sustainability is not the way to go. They talked about corporate accountability in terms of social responsibility and climate change. They talked about innovative consumer engagement, environmental degradation, and informative transparency, and the role that private sector plays in the health of the earth. The health of the earth, like really big stuff. It was so great to hear private sector engage in this way, and it made me think of what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago right now in terms of the highway reroute movement. So I took myself down to the Prime Minister's office to meet with Dr. Kublalsingh, who to me is trying to do right now what we were speaking of in the conference, bringing environmental and social issues to a central space in the decision-making process for big infrastructural projects. What day of the fast are we on?
I
think at 12 o'clock today it will make it 21 days, exactly. In 2012 the Prime Minister sat down with us and we explained to her very clearly. We said, if you have to take part of that mountain range and dump it in the Irapuch Lagoon, and if you want to ransack the lagoon ecosystem and the hydrology of the Irapuch Lagoon, and ransack 21 communities, 13 communities, and ransack the business interests and the system of land inheritance and connectivity and agricultural soil and systems of land tenure, you have to be very careful and sensitive about it. And therefore she promised us a review. And she did not do the review, and that led to a hunger strike, which led to the Armstrong report, which said basically the same thing, but in more scientific and a thorough form, 269 pages, which said, before you proceed with any work, do these studies, do a feasibility study, and that even she ignored. And that's why I've come back today to ask her to abide by her promise and do a review. And until that happens, the hunger strike will continue. Very consistent. We need, as small island states, to value economic assets. And our economic assets are not just oil and gas or the financial assets. It's mountains, it's lagoons, it's human values, it's human cultures, it's temples, it's mosques, it's churches, it's the cultural traditions which people carry with them, it's agricultural soil. All of those have a value, and you cannot go to the market unless you appreciate and value these assets. Otherwise, you'll be only living, exploiting and monetizing these assets without accounting for